Hi everyone, it's Tracy from Downward Dog Rising. I'm here to give you a hip release. So if you have tight front of the hips, I'm going to give you a little something to release your back. We're going to use the foam roll. So make sure that you don't have any spinal conditions where putting your spine on a foam roll would hurt you. We're not actually putting our spine on it, we're putting the back of our pelvis on it, so it's safe. Okay, I want you to lie down on the mat. If you want to join me, go for it. And we're going to elongate the front of the hips. We're going to activate the hip flexor, the true psoas muscle first, and then we're going to stretch it. So let's begin. You'll need one of these, a foam roll to slide under your pelvis. So if you lie down on your mat, your knees are bent, your spine is long, I want you to start just by tightening your abdominal wall into the spine. So pull from the front to the back, and then do a deep exhale as your hip bones roll back to your navel. And then inhale as you tilt hips forward. So you do a posterior pelvic tilt into an anterior pelvic tilt. Tighten the cord to your spine. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Tighten your cord to your back. And 5. Scoop core tight. 4. 3. It should feel like your abdominals really deepen into your spine. 2 more. And last one. Come into neutral. It's in between those two tilts. The two hip bones are in the same plane of alignment as the pubic bone. Now, what I want you to do, you're going to tilt hips posteriorly one more time. Posterior pelvic tilt. Feel the length of your spine touch the mat. Heel slides, heel glides. So without letting your pelvis roll forward like that, keep it posteriorly tilted. See how far, so the hip hinge here, there's a hip hinge. Can you reach your leg to the mat without doing that, without letting it pull your pelvis forward? So say your hip flexor is super tight. And by trying to straighten out your leg, it pulls your hips forward. That means you've gone too far, because we want to keep our posterior tilt. Scoop the cord to your back. Lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. And then glide back in. Exhale. Inhale. Stretch out. Exhale. Slide back in. Inhale. Keep the hips aligned. Exhale, control back home. And 5. Exhale, 4 more. 3 more, so you're just controlling. Your pelvis is stabilized into the mat. 2 more. We're getting this front of the hip to work. Last one. Come on in. Relax. Neutral spine. Take a break. All right, ready? Start again. Tighten in. Peel into the back of the pelvis. Posterior tilt. Imprint. Keep hips aligned. Feel the hinge in the front of the hip. Now you're going to glide that heel out. Inhale wherever you can without letting your hips fall forward. Inhale. Exhale. Come back in. Deep inhale. Stretch out. Exhale. Come in with control. Use your core. Inhale, stretch out. Your abdominal wall keeps drawing into the length of your spine. Four. Feel the connection. 3 more. Feel that deep core connection. 2 more. Inhale, exhale, return. Last one, you're going to inhale out and exhale, return. Excellent. Now I want you to reach under the knees, hug in, and just let your back settle into the mat for a second. You're releasing your low back into the mat. Inhale, exhale. 2 more times. Deep inhale. Exhale, release. One more time. Deep inhale. Exhale, softly, gently release. Excellent. Okay, now bring your feet to the mat. I have clothes in the washer. I just remembered I didn't put them in the dryer, so I gotta do that today. Okay, so what I want you to do, I just thought of that. Sorry. Okay, we just released our low back. We hugged our knees into your chest. Now, I'm telling you something to protect your spine so you don't hurt your low back. We're going to put the back of our pelvis on the foam roller, meaning the low back does not go across the roller. Go to where the front of your hip bone is. Reach the back of the hip bone so you have the posterior iliac crest and you have the anterior superior iliac crest. So we're going to go to the back, and it's straight back like that. That's lower than your low back. Your low back is here, and we're going right across the back of the pelvis, the iliac crest. So when we lift into the foam roller, I need you to do this posterior tilt where you elongate the tailbone away from you, and that keeps you from arching your back and loading your lumbar spine when you elevate your hips up on the foam roller. So you want to be able to maintain that. If it ever hurts your back, just slide the foam roller out from underneath you and you'll be safer. If it hurts, stop what you're doing. So what you would do, you would tilt back, scoop in, and then you would lift up. First, we would lift up in neutral, actually. So you take the foam roll under the legs, under the hamstrings, and you're not going to have like a pillow where you're pushing excessively into the neck. You're going to press across the mid-back. If you need a little rolled up towel, like a little washcloth, roll it into 4 squares. You can put that under the back of the neck if you like. Something light, nothing heavy or major. What you do, you bridge up, you bring it across the back of the iliac crest. Where's the front of the hip bone? Here. Go right across where the back of the hip bone is. And then what you do, it's across the back of the pelvis, not on the low back. Now do that tilt where your hip bones roll back to the navel. That's what you want. Hip bones roll back to navel. Now you're going to put the front of that hip crease at a nice stretch. You're going to feel it opening. And then once you're in that position, make sure you're not going to fall off. Make sure the shirt doesn't wrap around your here at the neck. So your hips tilt back. Now do a couple little taps. Inhale without moving the pelvis. Tighten the core to your spine. Tap down. Keep pelvis totally stabilized. Inhale. Exhale, tap down. Inhale. Exhale, really scoop in tight. Massage the back of the hip. One more. Come in and switch. Straight line across hip bones. Breathe in. Tighten the core to your spine. Exhale, keep that tilting back. If you're losing the roll, you can always slide it a little bit lower. Make sure it's not on the low back. You inhale. You exhale. Really tighten the core to your spine. You inhale. And then you exhale. Stabilize pelvis. 3. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more. Differentiate the thigh from the hip socket. Last one. Now go ahead, reach under the knee. Your goal now is not to lose the pelvis. Keep it right where it is. And just slowly start to reach this leg away. I'm losing my voice. It must be really stretching if I'm losing my voice all of a sudden. Your hips roll back. Feel the front of that hip lengthen. Maybe your leg looks more like that. It's lifted more, and that's okay. Wherever you can without letting your hips roll forward. Remember, we're not arching our back. We're keeping our tailbone long. And just stay here and breathe. Sometimes you're so tight, you won't know how tight you are. You won't be able to feel it. And then after you just like hang here for a second, it starts to open this up in here. So you just breathe in, breathe out. Inhale, exhale, weight across the middle back, no pressure in the neck. Breathing in, breathing out. Stay here as long as you need to. Sometimes you got to stay a little bit longer just to get it to release. Breathing in, breathing out. Just let it go without rolling your hips that way. Breathe in, breathe out. And one more deep inhale. Exhale, release. And now we're just going to let this leg go. Sometimes you have to readjust. Release the hips. Relax. Lift up pelvis. Align it. So the front of the hip, the back of that hip bone, back of the iliac crest. You're lower than the low back vertebra. You're not on the low back vertebra. You're across the back of the pelvis. Now, tilt hip bones back. Open the front. And then what you do here, switch sides. I almost did the same side. I always do that. So you hug in. We already did our toe taps. So now keep the hips posteriorly tilted. Reach under that knee. Now glide. See how far you could get this other side to go without pulling your pelvis forward. This is actually my tighter hip flexor. So you're just, my leg won't go as far down. Just breathe, feel the separation, feel how it starts to pull the front of that thigh apart. Eventually we'll want that leg to lengthen, but not at the expense of your spine or your pelvis, so you keep your hip bones rolled back, tailbone long, you're not arching your back, and just give yourself time and space with gravity. Just got a little release, so now that leg's starting to pull away without force. Hip bones stay tilted back. Stay here and breathe. Elongate. Woo! I can really feel it pulling on the front now. Breathing in, tailbone long. Avoid arching your back. Make sure it's on the back of the pelvis. Breathe in, breathe out. Just breathe into it. Inhale, exhale. Really stretch that leg out. Feel that separation in the front of the hip and thigh. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in. Make sure you're not arching your back. Keep a lengthening tailbone away. Breathing in, breathing out. One more deep inhale. Woo, you could stay here longer if you need to. You could see how that knee straightens out, that leg lengthens. I'm keeping my hips rolled back. Woo, one more time. Deep inhale, deep exhale. And then I'm just going to slowly release, tailbone long, stretch, lift hips up, and then I'll just take this to the side and just gently hug in for a second. Let your back totally fall into the mat. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Now I want you to straighten out your legs. And it should, oh yeah, that feels so much better. Just notice how much more open the front of your thighs feel. The hips, the thighs feel open. And then naturally the low back is like really down against the mat. So it's not excessively arched. Just release the tension in the front of the hips as well as the low back. And that's what I have for you today. Just wanted you to feel how nice it feels to get those hips to release a little bit. Maybe reach arms overhead, deep inhale, deep exhale. Just enjoy that openness. Inhale, exhale, and release. Wonderful. If you want, you could just lie in this position. It's like a constructive rest position, just to release hips, thighs. Just kind of hang here for a few moments. Relax, like that. That'll feel good on the hips and pelvis and low back as well. So we're just going to turn to our side. Take a second so you don't see stars. You don't want to just jump up. Press up. Excellent. I'll slide back so I'm in view. Or maybe I'll just slide this back. There we go. All right. And that concludes our hip flexor release stretch tonight. Deep inhale. Just bring hands to heart. Thanks for watching. Thanks for joining me for that release. The front of the hip flexors, the psoas, the front of the hips and thighs. Thank you. Appreciate you so much for watching my channel. Please help me grow by hitting share, like, or subscribe. Appreciate you so much. Thanks. See you again soon. Bye. See you soon. Bye.